I'm Daemonxel, and this is your Eve Echoes Community News, where we take a deep dive into the biggest stories that have been happening. Obviously, it's the last 2 weeks, because I have not put out any videos in the last week. We're going to get to that, but first, to stay up to date with everything I do here on the channel, if you want to go ahead and tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then of course you'll stay updated with everything I'm doing here. Now, before we get into all the stories, and there are quite a few. I know you haven't seen any video on this channel in about 14 days, and that's including the other games that I play. Now, there is a reason for that. One, I've been working some crazy hours at work. That being said, as far as content creation goes, you probably will not be seeing me do any more solo leveling Arise videos on this channel. I'm actually not going to be doing content for that game. I still play the game. I still enjoy the game, but to me, I need to swim back some things. And most of the people that come to this channel are, I'm going to say, Eve fanatics, like myself, love Eve. So this channel is, for the foreseeable future, just going to concentrate around the world of Eve. Now that covers Eve Echoes, that covers Eve Frontier, the new game. We just finished the playtest last week. I can't talk about it, even my impressions of the game, as it's stated in the NDA. But I will say this, I did have a great time with some great pilots, new and old. Some pilots from Eve Echoes have also joined the playtest, and they will be doing another playtest in the foreseeable future. I don't know if I can give the date out or not, but just stay tuned, go to their website, get information, go to their Discord, and you'll be able to see that. And as they release more information, I will be putting out more information about that game. I'm also going to be doing a video or two on the latest mobile game, Eve Conquest. I've played it. It's not really my cup of tea, but I'm going to go into it for you guys so you guys kind of get a feel for what it is. And that game is going to be launching in at the end of the month, I think around the 28th. But let's talk about Eve Echoes, right? That's what we're here for. So, we got some big things that happened. Now, on the, I believe it was the 7th of October. No, sorry. Let me go back here. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm sorry. It was the 27th. Which is 27th. Let's just bring that up here. There we go. Okay. So, I got this message from Jacoba. Now, because of all the RMT that has been spotted and pointed out throughout AOA, and there's still more and more of that information coming out, in a surprise, Kraken has decided to go neutral. Now, they say here, it says, by now I'm sure you've heard the news that Kraken AOA will set each other gray effective October 4th, 2024. So this happened about 7 days ago. Now, this has been a long time coming, and much planning has gone into this, as I'm sure you can understand. I did my best to signal this during my Echoes of New Eden podcast, so this likely comes as no big surprise to you or anyone who isn't paying attention. We expect and are hopeful this spikes PvP content for ours and other communities. Note, this message is simply informational and not intended to be interpreted in any other way. Have fun out there. Jacoba never missing his words, apparently. So yes, they have gone gray to AOA. So yes, there is some backlash. Now, how is this shaping the landscape? Well, unfortunately, it's not shaping it the way we all thought it might. That is due to the fact that I believe it was on the 7th, here it is here, that AOA, Kraken, the Space Cows, and Meow all came together to defend a T4 Citadel in Meow space. So this was after supposedly going gray with AOA, yet they are still defending. So make up your own mind of what's going on. I can't tell you. I can only tell you the information that is given to me. And out of Jacoba's words, Kraken is great. Now, this could be a fact that maybe Kraken is still allied with Meow. And you have kind of like a, we're going to set you blue for this defense timer situation. I don't know. But these are the facts of everyone coming together. So I don't know what's exactly happening out there in that space. Another space of like allies and ops. Now, the other big story, right, was this right here. This was the Wildnigel hostage situation. Now, when I say hostage, right, he was held in CRB space for several hours. Now, when I say several, I mean like 8+. In fact, I think it was a total, someone added up, I think it was 36 hours his ship was held. Now, during this time, there was a live stream going on with him just being held there in CRB space. Now, Wildnigel is not a stranger to being held captive in CRB space. He has actually gone on record saying that he has been held hostage for multiple times on like 5 to 7 hour stretches, but this was the longest that he's been held. That's because he's basically going in there and killing Rorquals all day long. So, during this live stream, it was not only, and you'll be able to go to this here. I think I have it here yet. This is what the link's going to take you to, and this is going to show you parts of the live stream. Now, I believe one of the videos was already taken down, but as you can see, 4 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours here, another 2 hours here, another 4 hours. I mean, he was held a very, very, very long time. So, yeah, at that point, I would just shut my game off and not come back, I guess. I don't know what I'd do in that situation. I honestly don't. But, needless to say, a voice channel was made up. I believe this was on the official Eve Echoes Discord. It was called the Zoo, because they were basically holding a petting zoo for Wildnigel. They were taming him. So as you can see here, everyone changed their name to, Zoo. And this is where things got a little sticky. People kept saying that this was against TOS, that they shouldn't be doing this. They kept reporting them. So there's been many videos out there, and a lot of them have been stricken down. I think Manny Ha had one up on his channel, but a lot of these videos have been stricken down or taken down due to this whole thing. But near the end, they were taking bids on who wants the kill mail. They were auctioning off the Marzio kill mail, which I think is a fantastic way of bringing content to the game. I'm sorry, Nigel, but it's really a cool way of saying, hey, we're going to make our own content here. We're going to have an auction. Who wants to blow this ship up? The bidding, as far as I know, the bidding got to, I think, 32 billion. They were trying to get 32 billion. And the channel and everything was locked and closed by the EE mods. But needless to say, I think it was FKG Puppy. Yeah, FKG Puppy, who got the kill mail, paid 14 billion to kill Marzio, and he got the last hit on that. And yeah, so there's his ship right there. If you guys have the time, you want to watch. I mean, it's not terribly exciting. You just see him being held in space there. I mean, we could put one of these up here. Let's here we go. Put this one up. I'm gonna shut the music off. It's bad music. Let's see here. Nope. Okay, come on. There we go. And basically, all the videos are like this, right? We're just being held in space, putting up the UI, bringing it back down again. But yeah, this was continuous for, I think, 36 hours. I think it's hilarious. I really do. I think this is some good, wholesome fun. But those of you who are saying that it's against TOS policy, yes, it is a form of griefing. However, a CRB member asked Cloud, right? Says, I have a question about the ban policy. If we catch a pirate in our home systems and keep him on tackle, is this a violation of any rules? And he said no. I mean, obviously he didn't say how long they held him in tackle. That's a gray area, loophole, I guess you would say. But yeah, Cloud is saying it's not against the TOS. But this has stricken up a huge debate, controversy of griefing tactics. Is it a bannable offense? Should people play this way? I say let people play the way they want. I mean, obviously, right, they were being held. If the people who were reporting this, they could have gotten in ships, right? They could have orchestrated, gotten a fleet together, and go breaking him out, thus making more content, more PvP action. But no, people just want to complain about it. So, next time, instead of reporting it, get in a ship and do something about it. I don't know. That's just my take on it. It's making content. And if Mario wanted to, he could have always self-destructed his ship as well. You know. But obviously, who wants to self-destruct the Marzio? Our next story, we'll tell you our final story for the evening, is... It's not all, I guess, flowers and roses and puppy dogs, and basically it's not a utopia in Pravi. Apparently some stuff went down in Pravi, which had some leadership shakeups, some people kicked out of the alliance, and it all started with a mail that went out to, I guess it was leaked out from within, I believe the corporation, the alliance was SRN, I believe that's Serenity, and now I was contacted by multiple people on this, and I was giving a ton, I mean a literal ton of information. There's one video interview about it that goes on for about, I think it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. There's a lot of information about it. Unfortunately, all the people that sent it to me also requested to remain anonymous, and I do protect my sources in this. And because the screenshots they sent me have them in the screenshots as well, I don't feel it appropriate to show those screenshots or those conversations due to the fact that I would be outing them via this evidence. Now, I'm going to bring up the information that was sent to me. Obviously, I took out the name, I cropped everything. This is what was sent to me. Are you aware of the Serenity Cobalt Edge mail leak on the 20th? It says basically the leak was from a mail from a corporation called IMCO, that's Independent Mining Co-op, about a plan to expand Serenity into the Cobalt Edge, whether it be a POS or a full Citadel. I was part of IMCO leadership at the time and wasn't made aware of the leak occurring. Serenity leadership discovered this, and after meeting with the corporation LSR's leadership, expelled their leadership from the alliance and began to forcibly purging those involved on their end, eventually transferring the Citadel in 9FO to TLL. After LSR's leadership team was removed, they set their sights on IMCO. They held a meeting and with our CEO. Our CEO was made to look incompetent and unhealthily ambitious for the Corp's future, and was seemingly given as implied threat to step down or face the same fate as LSR. There was severe backlash. So let's bring this down a little bit. There we go. There was severe backlash within IMCO on all levels. Member within leadership, when our new CEO took over, they began cracking down on every IMCO officer and their alts, including myself. I was removed for the official reason of treason, along with 3 of our officers and 12 of our regular members. The SRN leadership is also attempting to keep the entire situation secret from the regular members' knowledge, seemingly hoping either we are forgotten or that they can spin a lie to hurt the images of all pilots involved in the purge. Now, I reached out to Providence leadership on this to see what their response was. Now, my contact that I talked to is OC Canop because he is Diplo within Pravi, and I basically went over everything that was told to me. The mail leak about Serenity Cobalt Expansion, and then the subsequent removal of LSR leadership and the expulsion from the Alliance. Also the threats to IMCO leadership to step down as well. About the 4 officers and the 12 line members that were labeled traitors and purged from the Pravi Coalition. Oh, and the mail leak. Let me bring up that mail leak. And that would be here. It says, hello everyone, just for about a week, LSR and us have been looking expansion. Our target is CE. We are currently in the stages of claiming SOV there. To this end, in Wormhole, CBD Alliance is non-hostile. Any questions, feel free to ask. Now, this was leaked out to everyone, and this is what caused all the issues. Now, OC replied after contacting leadership, and the answers were to my questions. The mail leak was posted on the Eve Echoes Discord and seems to be explicit. I'm not sure I can offer more clarity. He also gave me a link to there, and there it is right there. Is on the main Eve Echoes Discord. Let's go back to the message here. All right, he said, 2, threats have not been exchanged while communicating with either of these corporations. It's not in our interest to have role changes while engaging in an issue. 3, no officer or line members were removed and then labeled traitors. I'm not sure where or how these hypothetical traitors would be labeled. 4, one member has been blacklisted from the coalition recently, almost as recently as this request from you. I've been present in all meetings and channels regarding the subject, have notes and timestamps. If what I've said isn't the case, I would be deeply interested in seeing a screenshot or a recording. Now again, I have the recordings, I have the screenshots, I have everything, but my sources want to remain anonymous because some of those sources have left some of these corporations, IMCO, and joined other corporations within Serenity. So I don't want, without them telling me, hey, it's okay to share this information, I'm not going to give it up. So keep that in mind as we're moving forward talking about this. Again, this is from another member within that group. I'm keeping their, obviously I had to crop this because within the interview and the information they gave me, it basically outed who they were. So I did have to kind of crop this in ways to keep their identity anonymous. So from this person said, obviously due to my direct implication, I need to remain anonymous. I can confirm that the CEO of LSR was removed from the alliance and that in the end they lost a system to TLL, plus they were removed from the alliance. They go on to state that this was a joint operation to expand into CE territory. I had asked permission, but the request was misunderstood, which I get can happen. I am not sure this level of response was necessary due to the fact we never deployed, but that is for the council to decide, not myself. Like I said, there was one grunt or wine pilot that sent me a ton of information, detailed timeline. But throughout the timeline, I guess they didn't know that the other people that I had talked to also wanted to remain anonymous. Therefore, their names are throughout that entire conversation. So I can't use any of that in this video. And it kills me to have all this information and not be able to release it. Now, obviously there's a lot. And maybe over the next weekend, if I actually have time, I can go through it in more detail, take screenshots, and just black out all the names and dates or references, because there's also inferences to people that basically directly tell who it is, right? I mean, you can refer to someone by their title and you're going to know who it is. So, if I have time, I will go through all that. If the pilot, if you are watching this, if you do not wish to remain anonymous anymore, I can take this information and release it, but without that explicit permission, I'm not going to do that. Again, I'm sorry. I know it's kind of like a tease to all you guys. I understand that, but I do keep my sources anonymous if they wish. So this way, this is how I get information. If someone comes to me, hey, I have a story about this, but I don't want anyone knowing it came from me, that's how I build up trust. I will not release that information. You have to word it in a way that it doesn't implicate yourself telling it or the other people that want to remain anonymous in this. I mean, if it was just one pilot who wanted to remain anonymous and then, I didn't contact the other ones that were in that story, that would be something. But I contacted everyone that was involved in this, and everyone wants to remain anonymous throughout this. They do not want to suffer any more backlash from Serenity or the Pra Council. Now, after going all over this information and reviewing it and reading it and everything else, Pra Council put this out. It said, basically, I guess, explaining what happened with that Citadel in, was it F90, and TLL taking it over, and the other corporations removed. It says, as you all know, there was some drama regarding two corporations. I'm sorry it took so long to make an announcement about it. While I can't share all the details, as that it's between them and us, and some of it is OPSEC, I'll try not to blast one group or person's drama, as we still need to fly together. However, as always, rumors fly and often get way off base. The short of it is, a few days of investigation, there was clear intent to ignore Alliance rules regarding SOV. It was a first offense for one corporation, the other not so much. As such, disciplinary action was taken. 2 CEOs stepped down of their own will. One left before the investigation even started, which made it all harder to deal with. During said investigation, we also uncovered a very toxic player. That one player and his 3 alts were booted. This was not related to the main investigation. It is our goal to rebuild trust and help both corporations recover from that fallout. No LSR will be paid for the Citadel taken. We hope to see them rise to take a second system once again. Now, I did ask these pilots, because as far as I knew, Pravi is this utopia. They don't bother anybody. They're not involved in any wars. They're Pravi, right? Space utopia. I was told it is not that. There is a mob mentality about it, which I never got really from talking to OC Can't Stop. But they also state that they do not like anyone within the coalition having friends or connections with people in other alliances outside of Pravi. In fact, one pilot had several dealings and contracts and sales with someone from Silent Alliance, and basically that brought them under a separate investigation. So I guess not all is what it seems like in Pravi, and the saying goes that, it may seem that, the grass is greener on the other side, but you never know. It may not be. So that's the stories I have for you this week. We'll have more stories next week. Again, like I said, I'll just be doing EVE content on this channel moving forward. Look forward to a EVE Conquest video. We'll be doing that, looking over everything, explaining that to you. And also, in the future, we're going to be heavily doing EVE Frontier. I'm definitely going to be playing that game whenever it does go live. It's a really cool concept, so look forward to that too. So until I talk to you guys again, have a great week, have a great weekend, fly safe, and if you need more news in your life, remember, every Sunday, the Echoes of New Eden podcast is always going on. And if you want to be part of the live audience, stop by the Discord server, jump in the live chat, get involved in the podcast. It's a lot of fun. There is a huge panel encompassing everyone in New Eden, not just Silent, not just AOA or whoever. It's a swath of the entire player base. And with that said, remember, here on this channel, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. I'll see you guys in the next video.